This is a difficult journey, but it is necessary. How many times do we have to fail at our mission before we realize how critical it is? Why do we keep things? We keep because not doing so would be a recipe for disaster. We've all been down the road to failure. Let me offer some advice in the spirit of success. Desires and passions control our bodies. We can't get away from these things. However, we seek to channel this force into ourselves rather than into others in order to retain our seed. We shouldn't waste our time and energy on the false fulfillment that comes from intimate relationships with females, who eventually become unsatisfactory or dissatisfied with us, and with whom all relationships end in misery. Consider how a man who has been in a long-term relationship or has a family for many years can be dissatisfied with the relationship. Just look at any such man and see how his energy is wasted and misdirected, and how his woman disrespects him, bosses him around, expects things from him that he cannot or does not want to provide, or otherwise causes him dissatisfaction and a loss of power. If he is not a retainer, even if he manages to maintain a cordial relationship with his partner, deep dissatisfaction will eventually set in. The seed of the sex impulse is men's unspoken attraction to women and happiness in their company. This attraction, which starts out as a small bubble, develops into a powerful, uncontrollable wave of strong passion or sexual appetite. Take care. Through meditation and yoga, create a spiritual wave of devotion and nip this attraction in the bud. You must comprehend the sex impulse's psychological operation. When you have itches on your body, scratching them is a pleasurable experience. The sexual urge is nothing more than a nervous itch. The satisfaction of this impulse produces an ephemeral pleasure, but it has a negative impact on the person's spiritual well-being. Retention of sperm is similar to meditating after being bitten by a mosquito. One feels the itch, knows it will go away, and must use the itch to bring awareness to the mind's reactivity, gaining wisdom as a result of the experience. If one can resist scratching the itch, the desire will pass, and one's will have grown one stronger. With the accumulation of many such belief, one gradually gains increased willpower and the ability to create magic in the world, otherwise known as making something that is currently unreal but visualized become real. The satisfaction of this impulse begets a delusive pleasure, as the saying goes. The pleasure is ephemeral. It's a delusion, a fabrication, and a lie. It's a lie because it's fleeting and has a long-lasting and negative effect. After sense satisfaction, there is a refractory period in which the mind, body, and spirit must recover. We must stop injuring ourselves in order to be healthy. We can raise ourselves to a new level when we stop focusing all of our energy on repairing damage. Lust has a lot of power. It is armed with a flowery bow and 5 arrows. When young men see a beautiful form, one arrow fascinates them. Their attention is drawn to another. They are intoxicated by the third. The 4th arrow attracts the form with great force. Their heart is inflamed and burned by the 5th arrow. It makes a deep piercing into their cardiac chambers. This is a progressive sequence. We are pulled deeper into the black hole, which ends in our obliteration, if we allow each one to run its course and then birth our ego into the next phase by running after it with desire attachment. Each stage is more harmful to our spirits than the one before it. We can get away from fascination and go about our daily lives. To recover from emaciation and burning, you'll need to do some deep healing. Let's put a stop to this process before it even gets started. Intellectuals, great orators, ministers and research scholars, doctors and barristers are reduced to the status of pet dogs in the laps of young ladies by lust. Make no mistake, brothers, by choosing this path, we have chosen to become aware of a kind of internal war. And now that we are aware, we understand that we must win this war. The roads to failure are numerous and varied, but the road to success is narrow and straight. This serves as a reminder that this war affects all men. With a withering glance from a young lady, even the most brilliant men can turn into a pet dog. Are we to become men in the truest sense, in the sense that all of the sages, wise spirits, and guardians want us to become men, wise spirits, and guardians want us to become men? We must mature from boys with their hands in their pants to men who will not be deterred from the path we have chosen. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments section, And subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss any future videos. Also, take a look at our other videos. I'll see you in the next one.